Okay, so you're thinking about becoming a business consultant,
Yeah.
diving in to help companies unlock their full potential.
Yeah.
That's awesome, but what does that actually look like
Right.
day to day? What kind of skills and knowledge
Yeah.
will really set you apart in this world?
Absolutely.
We've got your stack of career guides,
Yeah.
interview tips, the whole shebang.
Mm.
And this RoleCatcher platform seems particularly interesting. Let's dive in.
You're right. RoleCatcher is a goldmine
Yeah.
of information.
Yeah.
What's fascinating is how they emphasize the analytical side of consulting.
Okay.
We're not just talking about looking at numbers, but really understanding the story behind them.
Okay.
Imagine you're a detective poring over financial statements,
Okay.
searching for clues to pinpoint bottlenecks and inefficiencies.
I like that analogy. So it's about more than just crunching numbers. You
Yeah.
need that detective's mindset.
Absolutely. And once you've cracked the case, so to speak, you need to present your findings to a room full of executives,
Sure.
convincing them to take action.
Right.
This is where systems thinking comes into play,
Okay.
which RoleCatcher highlights as absolutely crucial.
Systems thinking. Okay, that sounds a little intimidating.
Yeah.
What does that even mean in the context of business?
Imagine you're advising a manufacturer who is struggling with inventory management.
Okay.
A consultant with a systems thinking approach wouldn't just focus on fixing the inventory problem in isolation. They'd look at how it connects to purchasing, production, even marketing.
Okay.
Maybe there's a disconnect in communication or a process that's creating a ripple effect of inefficiencies.
Ah, so it's about seeing the bigger picture,
Yes,
how all the different parts of a business are interconnected,
exactly.
and understanding how a solution in one area might impact another.
Precisely. It's about understanding those intricate relationships
Yeah.
and creating solutions that are not only effective but sustainable in the long run.
Okay.
And that requires a pretty specific skill set.
So what are the must-have skills for any aspiring consultant
Right.
hoping to make their mark?
RoleCatcher breaks down those essential skills
Okay.
into a few key categories. Problem solving and critical thinking are at the top of the list,
Okay.
along with strong communication skills.
Of course.
They also highlight the importance of operations analysis.
Operations analysis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think of it as fine-tuning a machine for peak performance.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But how does operations analysis actually play out in the real world? What does it look like to fine-tune a business?
This could involve using methodologies like Lean Six Sigma
Okay.
to identify and eliminate bottlenecks, streamline processes,
Okay.
and ultimately boost a company's bottom line.
Right.
It's about making things faster, smoother,
Okay.
more efficient.
So you've got the analytical skills, the problem-solving abilities,
Right.
and you understand how to optimize operations. That's a pretty solid foundation. But
Yeah.
how do you actually break into this competitive field and start building a career?
RoleCatcher offers some really practical advice here.
Okay.
They recommend seeking internships with consulting firms to get a feel for the work, build your network,
Yeah.
and gain valuable experience.
Internships, the classic foot in the door.
Right.
It's all about getting that real-world exposure.
Exactly. And while internships provide a great stepping stone,
Right.
RoleCatcher also emphasizes the importance of showcasing your expertise
Okay.
beyond just your resume.
Okay.
They talk about building a portfolio of successful projects,
Okay.
even if they're on a smaller scale.
Like what kind of projects could really showcase those consulting chops early on?
Think about pro bono consulting work for a local nonprofit,
Okay.
or even taking on a challenging project within your current company.
Okay.
It's about demonstrating that you can analyze a situation, identify solutions,
Yeah.
and drive tangible results.
Right.
And RoleCatcher doesn't stop there. They also suggest creating a professional website or blog
Oh, wow.
to share your insights
Okay.
and establish thought leadership in a specific area.
So you're not just saying, hey, I'm a consultant.
Right.
You're showing them, putting your expertise out there for the world to see.
Yeah.
I like it. But let's be real.
Right.
Becoming a consultant isn't all glamorous presentations and insightful blog posts. RoleCatcher doesn't shy away from the demands of this career path, does it?
Not at all.
Okay.
They're very upfront about the long hours, the
Yeah.
high-pressure situations, and the ever-present need to manage client expectations.
Right.
It's a challenging field, no doubt about it.
Sure.
You need resilience and adaptability to thrive in that kind of environment.
So it's not just about being brilliant. It's about being resilient adaptable, and maybe having a little bit of a thick skin.
Yeah.
Noted.
Absolutely. And that's where things get interesting.
Okay.
RoleCatcher emphasizes that while the challenges are real, they're often outweighed by the incredible rewards,
Yeah.
both professional and personal.
Okay, so high stakes, high rewards.
Right.
I'm intrigued. Besides the obvious financial incentives that often come with a demanding career, what are we talking about here? What makes those late nights and tough client meetings all worthwhile?
One word. Impact. RoleCatcher emphasizes the incredible satisfaction that comes from seeing your recommendations translate into real-world results.
Okay.
You're not just crunching numbers or writing reports.
Right.
You're helping businesses overcome challenges, become more efficient, and achieve their strategic goals.
Okay.
That's a pretty powerful feeling.
So you're not just observing the business world from the sidelines. You're actually in the game, making a tangible difference.
Exactly. And it's not just about the impact you have on the businesses you work with.
Okay.
It's about the incredible learning and growth you experience along the way. RoleCatcher highlights the opportunity to work with diverse clients.
Okay.
Tackling unique problems across a wide range of industries.
That's what I love about the idea of consulting. It seems like you'd be constantly learning, constantly challenged, never stuck in a rut.
You hit the nail on the head. This variety keeps things fresh, keeps you engaged, and helps you develop a incredibly versatile skill set that can be applied in countless business contexts.
So let's talk about building that versatile skill set and climbing that career ladder.
Okay.
What does career progression typically look like in the consulting world? Is it pretty structured or more of a choose-your-own-adventure kind of path?
RoleCatcher outlines a fairly defined career trajectory for aspiring consultants.
Okay.
It typically starts with an entry-level position. Where you're gaining valuable experience and developing your analytical skills. From there, you might move into a junior consultant role. Taking on more responsibility and leading smaller projects.
So you're starting to spread your wings a bit. Taking on more ownership and really honing those client management skills.
What comes next?
The next step is usually a senior consultant role. Where you're leading larger projects, managing teams, and building relationships with key clients. At this level, your expertise is highly valued. And you're often brought in to tackle complex, high-stakes challenges.
Okay, so you've painted a picture of that clear progression. From entry-level to the big leagues. But how does one actually navigate those transitions? What does it take to move from, say, a junior consultant to a senior consultant role?
RoleCatcher is a big advocate for continuous learning. They emphasize the value of pursuing advanced degrees, like an MBA, or obtaining industry-recognized certifications, such as Six Sigma or PMP.
These credentials demonstrate your commitment to professional development. And can give you a competitive edge in the job market.
So it's about constantly investing in yourself and staying ahead of the curve. I like that. But what about the experience factor? How important is it to have a diverse portfolio of projects under your belt?
It's incredibly important. RoleCatcher highlights the power of building a strong portfolio that showcases your ability to deliver results in a variety of contexts. They even have a tool that helps you analyze your portfolio for gaps and identify areas where you might need more experience.
That's so smart. I love how technology is changing the career game. Speaking of technology, what does RoleCatcher have to say about the importance of networking in a digital world? It can't all be about algorithms and online profiles, can it?
Absolutely not. While online platforms are fantastic tools, RoleCatcher also emphasizes the importance of building genuine relationships with other professionals in your field. They suggest attending industry conferences. Joining relevant online communities and actively engaging in discussions and networking events.
So it's about building a network both online and offline, connecting with peers, mentors, and potential clients. It's about being present and engaged in your professional community.
Precisely. And don't underestimate the power of simply reaching out to people you admire. For informational interviews or virtual coffee chats, building relationships takes effort. But the insights and connections you gain can be invaluable.
So we've covered the importance of building a strong network, gaining experience, and pursuing continuous education.
Yep.
But let's get down to brass tacks.
Okay.
What does RoleCatcher say about landing that first consulting gig? I imagine the interview process can be pretty intense.
You're not wrong. Consulting interviews are notorious for their rigor.
Right.
RoleCatcher dedicates a whole section to interview prep.
Okay.
And they have a particularly interesting take on it.
Okay.
They emphasize the importance of understanding your personal value proposition.
Value proposition.
Yes.
Right.
You need to be able to articulate what unique skills, experiences, and perspectives you bring to the table.
Okay.
Why should they choose you over all the other talented candidates vying for that same position?
It's about owning your strengths and being able to communicate your value with confidence and clarity.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
But what about those tricky interview questions? You know, the ones that make you sweat a little bit, even if you're well prepared.
RoleCatcher has you covered there, too.
Okay.
They actually have access to a database of over 120,000 practice interview questions.
120,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot.
That's a mind-boggling number of questions.
Yeah.
They must have one for every possible scenario.
They really do.
Wow.
And they're not just generic, run-of-the-mill questions either.
Right.
They're tailored to specific roles, industries, and even skill sets.
Wow.
You can practice answering questions that are directly relevant to the type of consulting you want to do and the companies you're interviewing with.
That's next level preparation.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so let's say you've aced the interview. You've landed your dream consulting gig.
Okay.
What does RoleCatcher have to say about not just surviving, but thriving in that kind of high-pressure environment? Any tips for staying sane amidst the chaos?
One thing that stood out to me was their emphasis on work-life balance.
Okay.
It might seem counterintuitive in a field known for its demanding hours, but RoleCatcher stresses the importance of setting boundaries and prioritizing your well-being.
That's so important.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the hustle.
Right.
And forget to take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They talk about setting realistic expectations, learning to delegate effectively, and building in time for rest and rejuvenation. It's about playing the long game, not just sprinting towards burnout.
So it's about sustainable success, building a career that is both challenging and fulfilling, without sacrificing your sanity in the process.
Yeah.
That's a message I can get behind.
Me too.
Yeah.
And it speaks to a larger point that RoleCatcher emphasizes throughout their materials. It's not just about helping you land a job. It's about helping you build a fulfilling and sustainable career that aligns with your values and aspirations.
It's about finding that sweet spot, you know, where your professional ambitions and personal well-being intersect.
Yeah.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive into the world of consulting, I wanted to shift gears a bit and talk about the future.
Okay.
RoleCatcher touches on the future of consulting in their guide.
Right.
And I'm curious to hear your take on it.
Sure.
What's on the horizon for this field?
Yeah.
Any major trends we should have on our radar?
They highlight some really interesting trends that are already starting to shape the industry.
Okay.
One that jumped out at me was the growing demand for consultants with expertise in digital transformation. With so many businesses going through rapid technological advancements, it's no surprise that they're seeking guidance on how to navigate those changes effectively.
So in addition to those core business skills we talked about, it's becoming increasingly important for consultants to have a deep understanding of the technological forces shaping the business world.
Absolutely.
Things like AI, data analytics, e-commerce, cybersecurity. It's a whole new layer of expertise.
Exactly. And it's not just about understanding the technology itself. It's about being able to advise businesses on how to leverage these tools to achieve their strategic goals. Optimize their operations and gain a competitive edge.
It's about bridging that gap between tech innovation and real-world business impact. What other trends are bubbling up in the consulting world?
Another significant trend RoleCatcher highlights is the increasing emphasis on sustainability and corporate social responsibility. Clients aren't just looking for profits anymore. They want to make sure their businesses are operating ethically. minimizing their environmental impact,
Okay.
and contributing positively to society.
It's not just about the bottom line anymore. It's
Exactly.
about purpose-driven business.
Exactly.
I like it. So consultants who can help businesses become more sustainable and socially responsible will be in high demand.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
They'll be the ones helping companies navigate complex regulatory landscapes, implement eco-friendly practices, and build brands that resonate with a new generation of consumers who are increasingly value-driven.
It sounds like it's a really dynamic time to be entering the consulting field.
Yeah.
With so much potential for growth and impact.
Absolutely.
What a fascinating conversation this has been.
It has.
As we wrap up,
Yeah.
I'm curious, what's the biggest takeaway you hope our listener walks away with today? What's the one thing you want them to remember as they embark on their own consulting journey?
I think the key takeaway here is that becoming a successful consultant is about so much more than just having a sharp mind and a knack for problem solving. It's about embracing continuous learning, building meaningful relationships, and finding that sweet spot between professional ambition and personal well-being.
It's about building a career that's both challenging and sustainable, one that allows you to make a real impact on the world while staying true to yourself.
Right.
And on that note, we'll leave you with this final thought.
Okay.
As you delve deeper into the world of consulting, ask yourself, what kind of impact do you want to make?
Yeah.
What are the challenges that ignite your passion?
Right.
What problems are you most driven to solve?
Because ultimately, those are the questions that will guide you towards a truly fulfilling and impactful career.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Of course.
We'll see you next time.